Hey, you guys. Okay, so I've been talking to so many people over the last little bit that are going, I'm doing all the things and I'm not getting the results that I want to get. And all I have to say is, do you have do you have the equation right that's going to get you what you desire? Okay, anything that you want, doesn't really matter. Okay, and I want to use the analogy because we're in that time of year where we are planting gardens. Anybody here planting a garden right now or has planted a garden in the last month? Okay, so it's not perpetual summer where everybody lives. It's now into spring and you're planting gardens. Okay, so think about your garden. Okay, so you went to your garden, even if you didn't, you've witnessed this. Okay, so picture this. You go to your garden, and before you plant anything, you got to pull the weeds, right? You've got to like get in there because it just looks awful. Like the snow melts, or like it just is just gross, right? So you got to like pull all the weeds, maybe get the rotor tiller out and turn up the soil, and just mix everything up. Okay, then what happens is maybe you either have some seeds left over from like vegetables and fruit that you eat, or maybe you go to the store and you buy a package of seeds. Okay, so either way, you've got seeds and you've got a plot of land. Okay, so what actually happens here, because the goal is to have the seeds in physical form, right? So if you look on the package and you say, okay, I have a package of carrots, and it says, okay, it's going to take 9 weeks. In 9 weeks, this little package will turn into a carrot. Now, do you second guess that? Are you just like, there's no way that this package of seeds is going to turn into a carrot? There's no way. That's ridiculous. That's crazy talk. No, you don't say that. You're like, awesome, sweet. I've got my land prepared. I'm going to take my carrot seeds and I'm going to make a row, and I'm going to sprinkle my seeds in. I'm going to cover it back up with dirt. Now, you do that because the carrot seeds by themselves, like they've been sitting on the store shelves for months and months and months, and no carrots have grown out of that package. Mind blowing, right? Like, how does that happen? Because the carrot seed is nothing without the dirt. And the dirt without the carrot seed is also not a carrot. What you need is the seed in the soil with some water, love, and light, and it's like magic happens. Magic happens. And even if you need a different analogy, look at it like a baby, right? So I have eggs, and then there's sperm. The sperm is nothing without the egg, and the egg is nothing without the sperm to make a baby. But the moment I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't like, where's my baby? I wasn't like freaking out. Just like the moment you plant the row of carrots, you're not going to be like, where's my carrot? You know, and you have faith, right? That's the knowingness. When I talk about faith, that's what I'm talking about. You just know that as long you've put the seed in the ground, as long as you give it water, love, and light, it is going to grow. It's magic. And you don't need to know everything about the science of how it happens. You know, you have this knowingness. Okay? Just like when I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't like, where's my baby? I knew that the gestational period of a baby is 40 weeks. So I knew, okay, it's going to take around 40 weeks. But what happens with your row of carrots is after a week, you have like a whole week, maybe even 2 weeks of watering and maybe fertilizing, but you're doing all the things and you have seen no carrots. Do you give up on those carrots? No, you don't. You keep watering them. And after a week or two, you'll start to see some greens popping up from the soil. And those greens get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you'll start to see the edge of the orange part coming up, and you just know that's a full grown-ass carrot in there. And wait, it's been about 9 weeks. I can pull them. I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. What would have happened if after week 1, when there was no evidence of a carrot showing up, If you went in and were like, screw this, I don't believe it, I can't see it, I'm going to just dig up my carrots and I'm going to just toss it, forget it. Is that going to lead to a carrot? No. But as humans, this is what we do with our goals. We have an idea of something that we want in our minds. We have this idea. We get this idea. Maybe it comes in through one of our five senses. We experience something and it forms an idea. And then we plant that idea via emotion and repetition in our subconscious mind. Okay, we plant it. And you guys, your subconscious mind is the most fertile soil there is, if we're going to keep going with this analogy. Okay, it's the best. So we plant that, but do you know what we do? We forget that everything has a gestation period. And after a week, a month, because unlike a baby or a carrot, we don't know the gestational period of an idea. And in fact, the bigger the idea, the longer the gestation period, right? Like it takes 40 weeks for me to grow a baby. It could take years for an elephant to grow a baby. And that elephant's not like, oh my God, where's my baby? Okay, so you got to ask yourself, what am I birthing right now? Because when you're birthing an idea, this goes out for all the men too, you get to birth as well. You're birthing ideas. What the key element is not going in after a week, a month, in any moment of fear when it's come in and just ripping the goal out and throwing it away and saying, forget it. And this is what most people do. They aren't experiencing it with their five senses. They're like, I can't see, hear, smell, taste, and touch this. I'm out. I don't see it. It must not be for me. Or even worse, what they'll do is they'll blame someone else for plucking their seeds. They'll say, oh, it's because my spouse didn't believe. My spouse came in and plucked my seed. Bad spouse. When really, the key is, you guys got to understand, it's not up to your spouse to be in love with what you want. It's up to you to be in love with what you want. And it's up to you to protect your subconscious mind like your life depends on it, because your life does depend on it. Just like if I had a plot of land and Dave came in with his rototiller and was like, I'm going to rototiller your garden, I'm going to say, back up, bud. Not going to happen. I'm trying to grow some vegetables over here. I know you can't see them yet, but it's not up to you to be able to see them. It's up to me to be able to see them, because I'm the one that planted them. I planted the rows. I know what is in each row. I know it. And here's the thing about your subconscious mind. Just like a plot of land, it does not care whether you plant a row of corn, a row of carrots, or a row of nightshade, which is a deadly poison. It doesn't care. You plant whatever seeds you want, and whatever you water, aka give energy to, give thought energy to, it will grow. So if you're not getting the results that you want, ask yourself, what seeds did I plant? Are they the seeds that are going to get me to where I want to go? Also ask, am I letting someone come in with their rototiller and till up my land and pull out my seeds? And if you say yes to that one, the next part is you got to take responsibility for that. Because no one gets to come into your garden without your permission. Your conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject ideas. So if Dave comes in with all of his womp, 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 like his belief system, it's up to me to go, like, even just to myself, I don't even have to say it. Reject, 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 reject. Which, you guys, I actually had to do with Dave for a while. Like years, actually. Like, love you. Doing life together. I get you don't see what I'm doing here, but I see what I'm doing here. So we're just going to do that. and I protected my mind. So grateful he gets it now. It's so much easier. So much better. Everything grows so much better when you're in the environment. And I honestly think you guys, like Barbados, it's like the heat here. It is like the perfect environment for my thought seeds. Everybody's like, oh, you're staying there now? Like, why are you staying there? And I'm just like, because all of like thought seeds that I didn't even know I had are showing up when I'm here. It's awesome. And it's happening with Dave and it's happening with our kids. It's awesome. Your environment matters. Just like you can't take that carrot seed and stick it in your pocket and expect it to grow, you have to put it in the dirt. You have to put it in the dirt that's free of weeds. And when you get it in the environment, you just got to hold it there. Hold it there. And this is why we study I always study with my clients, our higher faculties, because your will is crucial. But because we live in this like instant gratification world where it's just like, oh, well, I can Google anything and get the result like in seconds. I can order something on Amazon and have it delivered to my door tomorrow morning. Okay, we live so instant gratification. When our thought doesn't become a thing in a matter of seconds, we're like, that's not be for me, pluck, move on. That just tells me, I always ask people when they do that, I'm like, do you actually want it? Because chances are you don't want it the way you think you want it. You don't want it as much as you think you do. And you get to play around with it. And if you do end up plucking your seeds, or if you've been planting in the wrong environment, okay, forgive yourself. Ain't no one got time for resentment and judgment. Okay? Have enough awareness to say, oh, that's what happened. Yes, I allowed that to happen. There's no room for blame either. Okay, there's no room for blame. No blaming other people, other circumstances, nothing. Now you know. Thank them. Like, I'm grateful for Dave for all the years where he was pushing back. I'm grateful for that. I needed that. Do you know what that built in me that I didn't even realize that I had? I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for every job that I've had. I'm grateful for every person I've met. I'm grateful for it all. Especially for the people that I was able to get lessons out of. If you guys pay attention, you are getting these lessons. There's teachers and messengers all over for you. And if it might be showing up for you right now, happy to be the messenger. And you're going to choose to either take what I'm saying and accept or reject it. Highly recommend not rejecting it. To make your life a whole lot easier here. Okay. But then if you reject what I'm saying, it'll show up maybe in the next song you listen to, maybe the next podcast that comes on, maybe the next book you read. There's messengers everywhere. They're everywhere. You can't avoid them. When the universe wants to get a message to you so that you stop rejecting the ideas that are going to help you grow and stop accepting the ideas that are keeping you stuck, it will keep coming at you. My recommendation to you is if you want to start getting results, get yourself in the environment that's going to support that. Start plucking the weeds that are in the garden of your subconscious mind. Plant the seeds and surround yourself with people that are going to hold you accountable to keeping those seeds planted. If you are hanging out with people that are just going to like sugarcoat the pill and like not, oh, it's okay, you pulled. No, get out of there. Seriously, you're not ever going to get what you want if you have people that you're surrounded by that are just like caving and letting you off the hook. I mean, sure, I look at my kids, they'll probably let me off the hook. I'll still hang out with them. But you are the average of the people you associate yourself with. Just like the seed you plant is only as good as the soil you put it in. This is really, really powerful. So I want you to ask the questions of what is my environment? What seeds am I planting? What am I planting it in? And where are they getting plucked along the way? And I can guarantee the only thing plucking them out of where it is you want them to be is fear. Fear. Fear of success. Fear of whatever the fruit is that's going to be on the other end. You'll plant carrots all day long. You're not scared of a carrot. You just eat it. But you guys are planting seeds all the time. All the time. Like every day, all day. And you're doing it through your thinking. This is why I say you're one thought away from getting anything you want because you are planting seeds with your thoughts all day long. All day long. So I want you to ask those questions. If you need help with it, reach out. I'm going to put in a link to my calendar and let's chat about it. Have fun with this, you guys. It gets to be fun and it gets to be easy.